Thrifty Southerner, back again, and this time I've got a Q&A. I put up a video asking if you guys wanted me to answer any questions because a couple people had asked me if I would do one, but I didn't know, if anybody had enough questions to actually make a video. There were enough questions, and a couple people asked multiple questions, which was great. So I've got my computer here. I'm just going to go through and answer them as I see them, starting from the first person who left a comment. And I looked at these as the comments came in, but I have not looked at them again. So this is going to kind of be a real on-the-fly thing. All right. So my first question is from Linda, and she actually has several questions, so I'll answer one at a time. Have you always been a thrifter? I have always been a secondhand shopper. I've always been a garage sale shopper. I have always been a clearance sale shopper. I have always been a bargain thrifty person. My mom was that way when I was a kid. We went to garage sales all the time. I'm from a small town, and I know there are thrift stores there now, but I don't remember there being thrift stores when I was a kid. Or if they were, maybe they were just, kind of scuzzy. I don't know. I don't remember ever going to a thrift store as a kid, but I remember going to a lot of flea markets and antique malls and lots of garage sales. Okay, so her second question is, for your own self, I guess that's part of the, have you always been a thrifter for your own self? Okay, yes. And then did you expand to make your business of thrifting for an income source? That's a very good question. So I started out by cleaning out my closet, and I found a couple of purses that I was not using anymore, and sold them on a local garage sale site. And I thought, this is kind of a good idea. And I want to say, I was just at the thrift store and found maybe I'm trying to think when I first started doing it, like the UGG slip-ons or something. And I started realizing that, you can kind of consistently find really good stuff. And Miss Shops a Lot kind of inspired me. If you guys don't know, she's got a great channel, and she has so many good finds. She lives, I think, up north, maybe in Chicago. If you're watching this, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, she kind of inspired me, hey, you can actually find good, high quality stuff there. And yes, it is a revenue stream for me. It is a second job for me. I am a part-time esthetician, have my own business, share it with my husband, who's a chiropractor. And it's a great way for me to save up and, have my money. It's something I can do with my daughter. That's why I'm part-time as an esthetician, because I work for myself, make my own hours, and I like to be there for her. And I like to pick her up from school every day, take her to school every day, etc. So this allows me some flexibility and also to bring in some extra income, just to help out. And like I said, anytime I want to go out of town, I'm going to a skincare retreat in Mesa, Arizona, was where my sister lives, one of my sisters. And so I wanted to pay for that trip completely myself. And so that's what I'm doing with the money I'm making from this. So yes. All right, let's see. How many hours a week, this is still Linda, how many hours a week do you shop for inventory? That's a very good question. So, on average, I would say, including looking online, because I look on garage sale sites and stuff like that, I'd say probably 15 to 18 hours a week. Now, that does include looking on thrift sale sites, looking on Poshmark, looking on Mercari, doing research on how much stuff costs, that kind of thing. So, but she said, how many hours a week do you shop for inventory? So I would say with online stuff, I'd say 12. And then I spend another 5 to 7 doing research, taking pictures, getting stuff posted, cleaning it up, etc., etc. So it's almost a 20-hour-a-week job, I would say. All right. Okay, let's see. And then I think she's got another question for me. Sorry, y'all. Let's see. She says, I'm imagining you put in more than a 40-hour work week. With my other job, I definitely do. So, okay. Marisol has the next question. She says, Happy 2017. Happy 2017 to you, Marisol. I was wondering what days out of the week would you consider best to thrift? And are morning hours best? Okay, so it depends on where you live and what you're shopping for. I know that, what's her, is it just Dion Dean? I watch Dion Dean. I think that's the name of her channel too. She's amazing and hilarious and fabulous. And she, where she lives, up close to Chicago or in Chicago, there are like I think her Salvation Army has like a 69-cent Sunday or something. Anyway, one day of the week, everything that was that color tag is now 69 cents. I mean, if you live in a place that does that and you're shopping for clothing resale or for clothing for yourself, those are the days to go. I mean, yesterday we had, and about once a month we have a day at our Goodwill where everything is half price. And so yesterday I shopped my butt off. I probably shopped for about 6 hours yesterday. And I got a lot of stuff, so my haul this week is going to be enormous, and I might have to break it into 2 parts. So, all right. So that's that. So you'll just have to figure out what y'all's flow is at your thrift stores. And like morning is best for one of the stores that I go to, and then afternoon is best for the other one because that's when they put out purses. So one store restocks at night before they close, which would be like, then you find all the good stuff in the morning. And then the other store, the other Goodwill, the main 2 that I go to, they stock in the afternoon. So usually I'll go pick my daughter up from school, and then she and I will go over there and check out the new bags that they've put out. So you just got to kind of figure it out. It's different for everybody. Thank you for that question, Marisol, and thank you, Linda, for your questions too. Okay, Stephen King. Where do you sell most of your stuff? I would say I sell most of my stuff on Poshmark. I am branching out to Craigslist and also eBay. No, not Craigslist. I'm sorry. eBay and Etsy. eBay and Etsy. I occasionally will sell on my local garage sale sites, but I like to buy stuff off of those sites, so I don't want to become somebody that they see constantly reselling stuff, because I think that throws up a red flag for people when they're selling things and you're trying to make bargain on them if they know you're going to resell them. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being paranoid. Y'all tell me what you think. But anyway, so I only sell certain stuff here and there on my garage sale sites because now it's all connected on Facebook, and like if you post one thing, it shows up in the marketplace, and so I kind of try to not do that. And then Steven also says, where I live in North Central Florida, not many thrift stores, and the ones that are here aren't good. I buy a lot off Craigslist and Let Go. Good job. I have bought quite a few things off Craigslist and Let Go, and also OfferUp, and the Facebook groups too. Well, Steven, what I could tell you is just keep going, because one day, it just depends on who is donating, as to what you're getting. I know my mom lives, they're about to move to South Florida, but they live in Gulf Breeze, which is right outside of Pensacola. Their thrift stores are amazing, and the furniture and stuff that they get is so high quality. So, I think it just depends on where you live, but just keep checking, because you never know. It just depends on who's gonna donate and what they've got. All right, thank you for that question. Okay, we got Jean. What are easy items to resell? Oh, that's a trick question. It depends on when you're selling them. When I first started selling Brighton, everything Brighton that I put up sold, everything Fossil that I put up sold. And it also depends on where you're selling it. And I will tell you guys, my husband just drove up, so you might hear my dogs bark. So it just depends on who you're selling to and that kind of thing. So what area of the country are you living? I live in the South. I live in North Louisiana, almost about 20 miles away from the Texas border. So what got me into thrifting? I was born into thrifty shopping. As I said with my previous question, these are all Jean's questions. I was born into being thrifty, and so as I've gotten older, that's one of my mom and I's favorite things to do, and has been for years, is garage sales and thrift shops. So when I go visit her in Florida, we take a day and we garage sale, and then we go to thrift shops, and it is fun. And so I was doing that long before I started reselling. Okay. So next question is Tanya. Tanya says, keep on, girl. Same to you, Tanya. I'm always watching your videos. Awesome. In Denmark. Hey, that's amazing. Thank you, Tanya. All right. So Tanya didn't have a question. She just wanted to tell me to keep making videos, which is amazing. I love y'all's comments. It makes me feel so good to know that what I'm doing, people actually get some enjoyment out of, because I love doing it. Okay. Janie says, will you ever expand into clothing resale, or do you prefer shoes and bags? That's funny that you asked that, Janie, because I told you guys I shopped for about 6 hours yesterday, and I bought a ton of clothing. Now, I am not that comfortable with clothing. I feel much more comfortable with bags and shoes because that's what I know. I know accessories. But at the prices at half off, I felt like I could take a chance. Now, this will probably be the last time you'll see a big clothing haul because everything's not going to be half off again. And my Goodwill is quite expensive. Like the dresses are like 6 something or 5 something. So, if I'm not sure about my footing there and I'm not sure what's going to sell, I'm not going to spend a whole lot. I might check out Sundays. Sundays at our Goodwill, things that were whatever the color of the week were, they're 99 cents? They're 99 cents. So I may start going on Sundays and getting 99-cent stuff. But I am trying to branch out into that because I'm finding that the few things that I have found, like that Lily Pulitzer dress, I sold that and made like a $20-something profit on like a $6 sale. So I'm going to do that, and you'll see it in my next home. But yes, I do prefer shoes and bags because that's what I like. So it's more fun for me to shop for that stuff. And there's also so many brands, so many lines, and it's harder to check clothing for holes and things like that. But I'm getting into it. All right. Andrea says, what is the best way to protect your leather to keep it looking good? Thanks. Well, that is, depends on what kind of leather you have. I like the leather conditioner by Cadillac, and I've also heard Apple is really good. And it just depends. Like if you have vachetta or vaqueta leather, which is an untreated leather, I have heard, don't quote me on this because it's just what I've heard, I have not tried it, that you can actually treat that with like a waterproof protectant so it doesn't water spot and stuff like that. And so, that if I were to get a bag like that again, like that red Florentine that I had, which was an untreated leather, I would probably do that again. I would probably try that. But just conditioning them, and don't use anything that's got a wax in it because it will build up. Like a lot of saddle soaps and things like that will have some kind of waxy product in them, and so it can build up on the bag and start to discolor over time. So that would be my main thing. All right. Cindy says, hello, what's your all-time best and most surprising thrift store find? Ooh, thrift store find? My all-time best find was the Louis Vuitton that you guys, if you've watched my videos that you saw that I bought off of Craigslist and then resold. And then I have a really good find to tell you guys about in my next video. But I would say my best as far as money making thing that I got is kind of a random thing, and it was those Magic the Gathering cards that I showed in one of my videos. I paid $3.99 for them, and I sold them in a matter of posting them on eBay, taking a shower, and came out and they had sold for $72. So that was like probably the biggest amount of money, like percentage wise, that I've made off of a purchase. That was like almost 20 times my money. Most surprising. I'm surprised all the time at the kind of stuff that people get rid of. I'm shocked at the things and the condition that people will get rid of really nice things. I guess they would rather have the tax write-off than to resell it. All right. What's your best find that you couldn't part with? I've kept a lot of things, and then I kind of will use them for a little while and get rid of them. Best find that I couldn't part with. I think that's going to fall into the category of the thing that I'm going to show you guys in this coming up video, day after tomorrow, because today's Tuesday. Because it is a great find, an amazing find that I could stand to make a lot of money off of. A lot, to me, a lot of money. But I think I'm going to keep it. So y'all stay tuned and I'll answer your question. That was Twiggy454. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Twiggy asked that, what was your best find that you couldn't part with? So Twiggy, stay tuned for my Thursday video and you'll see. All right, now. Okay, I think that might be it. Let me double check. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for all your questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all have any other questions, leave them, and when I get enough, I'll do another Q&A. But that's that right now. You guys, I'm still learning. By any stretch of the imagination, I am no expert at this whole thing. So I'm learning as I go too, and I'm glad that you guys are with me on this journey, and it's a lot of fun, and I love your comments. And if you are watching this for the first time and you like these kind of videos, and you also like thrift hauls, please subscribe. And if you like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. All right, I will see you guys in 2 days with my next thrift haul, which might be in 2 parts. But until then, y'all keep it thrifty.